voice is coming, sir. Recording हो रहा है. Good evening to everyone. Recording is good. Myself as a coordinator of this FDP, along with co-coordinator Jitendra Pratap Singh. In this FDP, we welcome Professor Bharat Gupta sir. Professor Bharat Gupta did his PhD in microelectronics and telecommunication from University of Rome, Tor Vergata, Italy in 2011. Presently, he is working as a professor in NIT Patna from 2022. His expertise includes wireless communication, IoT, wearable devices, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, wireless sensor network, future communication, etc. He served as principal investigator for the project under the scheme for financial assistance for electronics and ICT academics. It is sponsored by MIT, Government of India, 2023. Presently, he is serving as a project investigator of a project called Capacity Building of Design and Entrepreneurship that was funded by Ministry of Education, Government of India since 2023. Additionally, he is the professor in charge of Incubation Center, NIT Patna, Nodal Officer for Bihar Startup, GOB, and President of Institute Innovation Council. His expertise area are wireless communication, 5G communication, MSN, IoT, AIML, MIoT, body area network, wearable devices. He started his career from 2003 and till date he is professor in NIT Patna, and his education is PhD he did from University of Rome, Tor Vergata, Italy, and MTech from BIT Misra, and B degree from Government Engineering College Ujjain, He has guided several PhD candidates. 9 are still going on. He is the member of IEI. He is the member of International Association of Engineer member, and he is the senior member of IEEE. He has published more than 55 SCI journal papers and more than 100 conference book chapters. And for UG and PG guidance, if I am taking, it is more than 50, both. PG may be 50, 55, but UG may more than 100. Presently sponsored project that is going on, Center for Building Design and Entrepreneurship. Its cost is 43,20,000. Then SMDP C2 SD, he is the co-principal investigator. His sponsor is METI, Government of India. Cost is 9,42,000. Then again, third project is scheme for financial assistance for setting up electronics and ICT academics. He is the principal investigator. Its project cost is 9 crore 58 lakh. So many things are there. If I'll go from line by line, hardly 5 minutes are over. Within half an hour, I cannot complete it, sir. You have published so many book chapters. You have published so many book chapters, your conference papers, your project supervision, your internship, your institute activities. You are the nodal officer for Bihar Startup Policy in NIT Patna. You are the member of Industrial Committee, Department of Industry, Government of Bihar. You are the professor in charge of Linkering Lab in NIT Patna. You are the coordinator of Novel Innovation Startup Policy in NIT Patna. You are the president of Institute in onwards.
Tiwari sir.
Several things are there. I'm just stopping here because it's very difficult.
The thing is that
me complete it this time frame. So I'm over to you. You can share your screen, sir.
Yeah, one moment. This is application sharing.
In below you find participants. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
It's visible. Okay. So is it on the full screen?
ट्वीट लगा लेंगे हम।
Okay. Just a minute. I'm just trying to adjust the screen.
Sir, screen is visible.
Okay. So first of all, very good evening to all of you. And I'm, as the Dr. A.K. Tiwari has introduced me, and I'm really blessed that he has talked about a lot of things about me. One thing he missed, that he is a very good friend of mine, and we know each other from 2004. So this bonding is almost more than 20 years. So I'm really very happy to be here. And I also want to thank to his co-coordinator, Jitin Pratap. Like they both have invited me in this AICT sponsored FDP, which is the name Recent Development in Smart and Sustainable Infrastructure. And I'm really grateful to the Government Engineering College Buxar also. So like I just want to know like here we are trying to see the infrastructure in a different view. Okay, so I hope that all of you are ready to understand that what is smart and futuristic infrastructure. I put a lot of very big words over here, but the thing is that when we understand one by one, it looks very easy. The technologies that what we are using it nowadays, that all are engrossed into this smart and futuristic words. So with this, I will love to start my presentation. So if I see, and wherever you feel you are not able to get my voice, please let me know so that I can readjust something so that it will be easy for you to understand. Okay, so like the slide says, building intelligent, sustainable, and connected ecosystems. So these three things comes together to make the infrastructure which is smart enough to take the things together, in which they can take it decisions, in which they can take the maintenance part and other things. So like if we talk about the building intelligence, for here, we need the infrastructure what we are going to provide. It may be a building, it may be a smart city, it may be the car, it may be anything, the railway connections and all. So the intelligent walls means that we are able to take the sensible and judicial decisions. So decisions, what decisions, how they will take the decisions, that depends on the whole background, which is based on the artificial intelligence, that we know all these words already. The word sustainable, it means the infrastructure which is sustainable in terms of that which can be having a long lifetime. This is one word. As it is a long lifetime, it means two
सर अनम्यूट हो जाइएगा सर.
okay.
भरत सर, yes.
So now it is okay. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, thank you. Because I'm not able to see anything, I'm just seeing the slide, so that's the thing. Okay, so like the word which I'm talking about, the sustainable, as I say, that maybe continue the infrastructure which can be for a use for a prolonged time. Means this is the infrastructure for which we can extend the lifetime. And how for that there are the two necessary things. That first, that we can use the natural projects and the renewable energy that can be used, so that the less carbon footprint may be produced. So that is the thing. So it means the sustainable words is a encompass into the eco-friendly infrastructure. The third point is connected ecosystems. So ecosystem is not just like that we are talking about a building. Are we talking about a rail network, or are we talking about something? Connected ecosystem, it means the system of all things together, which is going to be connected with the help of the communication technologies that we will discuss. We will say, you already know, I'm not talking about much about that, but the communication technology available, the advanced communication technologies may be based on the IoT, maybe the sensor-based IoT, maybe the communication 5G, 6G communications that all come together. So if we look towards in these three basic things, that is what we are trying to achieve in the smart, which is existing, and the futuristic infrastructure, which we are going to make and which we are going to design. So the first thing is that why there is a need of all such type of infrastructure, if you see. So the basic thing is that for any country, or if we take it as a broader view of the world, so the economic growth is very important. Right now, the India, we say that we are the fourth largest economy, and we are proud of that. So that's what is the basic backbone of this. So infrastructure that we are producing, the sophisticated infrastructures that we are producing and making that our country to be grown. So because a lot of things are attached with that. Second thing is that to make this infrastructure sophisticated, we need to put some intelligence. So we need to get a transition from traditional to the digital and intelligent systems. So the systems which are already traditional, so we can implement some digitizations or we can implement some intelligent systems by which we can make systems, the infrastructure to be the smarter. And the most important thing that which we are talking about, that is the infrastructure that we are talking about must be sustainable, resilient, and the human-centric design need to be made in. So this is the introduction that what we are looking towards in the whole my presentations. So what are the key drivers that which says that we need something smarter and the futuristic infrastructure? So first that we can say our population growth and the urbanization of all the areas that which we are living, because all the prosperity that is comes in the urbanizations. Because when we make our rural areas towards the urbanizations, the facilities that which we have to incorporate into that, and as well as the population growth that which we are getting, we need to provide a more space to our people. So that's why we are going towards the urbanization. Second thing is that the digital transformations, like whether it is a AI technology, whether it is a IoT, whether it is a 5G, with the help of these, we are trying to make the whole system to be the digital transformation. Along with that, why we need this smarter and futuristic? Because there is a always change in the climate, and we can need a sustainable growth. Means the system what we or the infrastructure that which we are giving to the society for our future generations, the infrastructure must be resilient. The word resilient, it means that it should be sustained during the change in maybe there is a change in the climate, maybe the change in the technology, but it can sustain it towards that. It means that whenever there is we are moving from conventional to the newly developed technology, that it can be sustained over there. And the last point that towards that is the smart governance and the policy pushes. Because when we are moving towards the urbanizations, there is a change, the population growth is there. So government is also thinking that the population that which we are growing nowadays, we can provide the proper things to survive them. So naturally, they have to implement some smart policies that which pushes you to make this type of smart and futuristic infrastructures. So that is the key drivers that for which we are trying to design it. So if you see, because after listening all these things, it looks like I'm talking about the fiction story that which may be possible or till now, if we look towards the Indian sides, there is only one or two cities where we can say that they are the smart infrastructure. We have taken about a lot of fames that smart city, a lot of things we are changing but are we really achieving this? So the point is that whenever we are thinking, whenever we are planning, then only we can reach to that. So with this, I will just tell you the two things over here based on our friction stories or the fiction books that what we are able to find out. Probably that all our Indians over there, we know that the Star Trek, nowadays everything is possible in the Star Trek. We are moving towards. So if you see, this is the book which was published in 1870, written by Jules Verne, and the title of the book is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So if you see the book which was written, fiction story that I'm saying, which was written in 1870, what it was talking? It was talking about the advanced submarine. The thing, we cannot think that the submarine is really possible. And the name that what they have given at that time of this, in the fiction of that book, was Nautilus. Okay. The purpose of that, the whole story was that they are trying to search out the within the seabeds. But naturally, after 100 years, approximately 100 years, that in 1954 for the defense, or in India in 1967, we were able to design this advanced technological vessel that is a submarine. So my point is that until unless we have a view, we have a thought, we cannot achieve it. But as the technology grows, as the inculcation of all the technologies, we can achieve our dreams. So the points which I have mentioned in the smart and futuristic infrastructures, they are achievable, yes, but we need some time to mature them and to make them in a realistic. This is one example I'm making. Another example of the same writer, that is the Jules Verne. He wrote this book in the 1865, From the Earth to the Moon. There's a story, basically, I will just tell you in 2 minutes. This story is actually after the American Civil War. Baltimore Gun Club decide to build a giant cannon to launch projectile from the moon, and a person is sitting inside so that he can reach to the moon. So can we imagine that in 1865, some people have thought about that, okay, we have to reach to the moon. Then it means we need the infrastructure, we need the systems which can reach to the moon. And in 1969, the first, that is everybody knows about that 20th July 1969, the first person, that is most of the people knows about the Neil Armstrong, that he put his first step on the moon. So it means that after 100 years, we are able to achieve. So in these 2 slides, I just try to convince that the infrastructure, what is required to develop, it requires times, it requires to mature the technologies, and then only the things are possible. So if we say the technologies which are already available, with that we can make our smart infrastructure. But for the futuristic structures, we need to mature our technologies up to that level. Okay. So sorry. So if you see that I try to give this definition of the smart infrastructure and the futuristic, it's basically both looks like same, but futuristic words, it means that the more technologies are incorporated, in which we call it as a next generation physical and digital systems. It means that digital systems are also incorporated into the futuristic infrastructure. Smart infrastructure, basically, it's a step ahead the traditional. What we are existing infrastructure, we have the systems that what we have, we are just try to integrate the real-time data analytic and make it automation so that the intelligent decisions can be taken. And these things we can put into the cities, industry, communities to adapt quickly to the change need is required, or the environmental changes which are there. So it can be tackled by this with the help of this smart infrastructures. So this is what we call it as a smart infrastructure. The futuristic structure, as I told you, this is we consider as a next generation physical and digital systems that are designed to be an intelligent, adaptive, resilient, and sustainable. If you see these 4 words, intelligent, adaptive, resilient, and sustainable, these are the main characteristic of any system or any infrastructure. But how we can get this 4 words? that is with the help of the advanced technologies like AI, machine learning, Internet of Things, 5G, 6G, robotics, renewable energy systems, and all of things, and lot other things there. Like we are talking about the electric vehicles, we are talking about the autonomous cars, we are talking about the uh, smart traffic systems, smart cities. So all these are there, which we are looking towards that. But probably I'm not saying that right now we are in a positions that we are reached to the smart city, the what we are expecting. But slowly and we will reach to the perfect smart city, which we are planning and which we are making. Okay. So in this, and to achieve this, so what are the characteristics that which we are thinking that it must have in our smart and futuristic infrastructure? So if you see, as I have said you, the four words that you can find it over here: one, intelligent, resilient, sustainable, human-centric, adaptive, and it all things need to be connected. It should be encompass it together. So if I just try to say that how we are able to achieve this all six characteristics, it's not that six, there are other more, but these are the major characteristics that which we have to, which we need in the our infrastructures or in the systems that which we have. So if we say the intelligent means that the system or the infra which can take the real-time decisions to make it automation and to optimization. How we can achieve? So the achieve that we can achieve by integrating the artificial intelligence or machine learning. But in artificial intelligence and the machine learning is nothing but we need to get the data continuously. How we get this data? That is when we are connected it all together with the help of sensors, IoT, communication networks in the system-wide awareness, with the help of like, so that we can connect it all together and get this data, and by which we can take a real-time decisions to make the things to be intelligent. Adaptiveness can respond dynamically to change condition, demand, and emergency. Like the thing is that if suppose there is some emergency condition arises, what we can say, like if I take an example, like suppose the ambulance is moving on that. So we should know that what route it should move, so that as there is an emergency condition, we can give the prior to that. Yes, we are doing this nowadays, but it is done by manually and or a based on the some traffic rules, and somewhere the specific lines they have made it for the buses and the ambulance and other things. But are we in a positions to make it completely automation? Probably in the next the smart city which we are uh, looking forward, that in which it can be done automatically. So as and when there is a need, it can change accordingly. Sustainable, as I told you in the previous starting, I have already told you to minimize the carbon footprint. We need, how we can minimize the carbon footprint? It means that we need to have a to use more the renewable energies. Second thing is that the resources what is available with us on the earth, we have to use it very efficiently. Like I can give you an examples, like the 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 resources which the earth is giving to this mankind. Initially when the earth was evolved, it was like that the resources like trees, food, water, other whatever the major components for a sustainable life, it was around like 12 months. Now this cycle is reduced, that whatever the resources that is available on the earth, we can utilize it in the almost in 9 months. The because the because the growth of the population, we are not using the resources efficiently. We are not using the renewable energy parts over there. And that is the thing. And as we are producing a lot of carbon footprint, so to mitigate that, we have to use our resources over there. We are cutting down the jungles and all the things. So that is what I'm telling, that we have to look towards in a beautiful aspect towards that. Resilient, whenever there is a climate change, cyber threat, physical degradations, my system or my infrastructure should be with a stand to that. And naturally, when we make all these things, we have to keep a human-centric view into this. The quality of the life of the human being will be improved. The whole purpose of whether it is a smart infrastructure, futuristic systems and infrastructure that which we are looking forward for our next generations or for our next future life, it should be provide a quality life to the human beings, that or to the mankind in a broader sense. Maybe it's a smart health, whether it is smart mobility and whatever whatsoever over here. So that is what we have to look into that. So now when we move, when we have looked into the characteristics, so if we say one by one, so this is a picturization which I have taken most of the images from the internet and the things. So if you see, when we talk about the futuristic or the smart infrastructure, naturally the use of AI will be increased. And the data which is going to be generated in every sensor and the every second is we need very heavy integrated systems, advanced hardwares, and the softwares which will be run. Because as I told you that we need to have a real-time processing into that. So when we are talking about the real-time decision making, naturally we need to have a very huge GPUs and the processing units, and these things are required. So as what it does when we incorporate the artificial intelligence, it powers the systems, it empowers the systems like smart grid, it can do autonomous traffic network, predictive maintenance tool. If you have if you are in this domain, you have heard about the predictive maintenance. The people till now, we are always looking for the maintenance when it is required. But nowadays, because of this whole advanced technologies, we are in a process that we can provide the predictive maintenance to the infrastructures so that we can take a proactive decisions when it is required over there. Okay. Similarly, in that we need the hybrid infrastructures, like as I told you, which combine the cloud-based, on-premises processings, edge computings. So different types of the hybrid infrastructure, why it is required, so that as we are asking for a real time, as we are asking for an adaptability, as we are asking for a resilience, we can provide all these things with the help of this hybrid infrastructure. So if I look into this whole sense, AI infused infrastructures acts as a self-managing intelligence layers, optimizing operations, improving the safety, minimization, environmental impact with minimum human oversight. So this whole thing that which we are infusing into our infrastructures and making it more towards the human mankind oriented. Okay. So the next point is that evolving roles, if I say that how we can, the technologies that which we are evolving, how we can use this evolving roles. So if you see, the first point that which we are talking about is we have to design and planning. How we can do the design and planning? So the AI assisted models or infrastructures layout that we can make the simulations. We can use the generative designs with the help of machine learning to optimize the cost, space, energy, and the material use. Or the scenario forecasting, in which like after 10 years or even like 50 years, what should be the impact, how the climate is changing, how the population is growing, how the scenario is changing. So that things can be incorporated into the simulation models, and we can design and we can plan accordingly. You have heard about the digital tuned words. which we will take in the when we talk about the digital infrastructures. The second thing, when we have done the designing and the planning parts, the second steps comes with the construction and the deployments. So when we talk about the construction and deployment, what is there? AI powered robotics for the precision construction and the safety monitoring. As yes, it's correct that humans are working, but if we take a help of the robotics precision constructions, yes, it will be more precise and it will be more safety monitoring point of view. Computer vision for the real time site supervision and structural compliances, it is there. Then the risk prediction, the machine learning based risk prediction for equipment failure and the project delay, that things also can be analyzed. So why this is the second step that which we need to. The first, we are talking about the design and planning, in which the AI assisted models, generative design, scenario forecastings can come into the pictures. Second point is the constructions and the deployment, in which the robotics, computer visions, and the risk predictions can be taken into account. The third thing is like operation and management. So when we talk about the operation and management, like in which the predictive maintenance, dynamic traffic controls, and the AI in the building management systems comes onto the pictures. Like operation and management means you have to operate and you have to manage. So in the management, when we are talking, we have to talk about the predictive management, by which we can say that how long it can work, the bridges, tunnels, railways, power plants, our traditional infrastructures, how long it can be work. To put some sensors, we can see that when and what time the maintenance is required. We can predict and we can provide before the any calamity can happen over there. Dynamic traffic controls, route optimization in the smart cities. As I told you that when we have designing a whole smart city, we need to understand the dynamic because sometimes the people who are working on the transportation part or the traffic smart traffic system, yeah, intelligent vehicle, yeah, on this topic, they know that dynamic traffic control is a big problem because the real-time input is required, the real-time route optimization is required, and you have to give the input to the cars who are in communication with the systems, and they are also giving back the feedback that whether okay, this is okay, what is happening, what is not happening, like that. The fourth point is monitoring and the adaptations, in which like we have to use the digital twins, the anomalies, the inefficiencies, and the emergency threats that what we are getting, and based on the machine learning models, we can all try to sort it out. And the real-time data processing, because we cannot, the Edge AI and the IoT sensors will be used for real-time data processing, in which the latency and will be less, and so that we can take the more appropriate decisions in the real-time way. The last is the user interaction as well, because the thing is that, okay, if you have developed this lot of things with a hi-fi address, because our population is moving from rural to urban, the literacy rate is this much. It's not fully 100%, we can say. That's why we are always saying that Kerala is 100% literacy. When we talk about the North India, we don't have the full literacy. If we talk about the Bihar, yes, naturally the people, we have a very less literacy rate. And if we see about the gender base, female and the woman, naturally there is a lot, the literacy gap is both. So what we have to do, whatever the things we are developing, that it has to be the accessibility to each and every human being, the person. So what we have to do, we have to make some interfaces or the by which the citizens can interact with our systems, and based on that they can utilize it in a more better way. Tiwari sir, agar kuch ho to please you can tell me before.
Yes, sir. It's going on very nicely. You are
Okay.
doing
Okay.
your.
Thank you so much. So now what I have said it till now is like the systems that what is required. Now if we put it into the layers, the integration across the layer, because there is a lot of integration. There are a lot of layers that which we are talking about. So if we, the first one is the physical layers, that in which the loads, grids, conditioning, monitoring, structural health analysis, predictive maintenances are there. So this is, we consider it as a physical layer over here. Second thing, like we talk about a digital layer in which the cyber security, workload optimization, automation, decision making, real-time processing, networks and systems comes into the picture. The third one is the communication, which is net connecting all things together over there, like in which we have to talk about the adaptive bandwidth allocations to the traffic predictions, that how we are able to do it, network slicings that which we can do it into this. Then it will come as a fourth layer as a sensor network, because which can generate this data, real-time data collection, event detection, distributions, distributed intelligence. Sometimes we have to use the edge processing. Sometimes we have to use the fog processing. Sometimes we have to do the cloud processing, depending on the requirement we are doing. And the last one is like the control system, because even though if we are able to, whether we have taken a right decision, so that has to give a feedback to our system. So if we are getting a feedback to our system, so on that basis, feedback loop must be there, so that we can apply the reinforcement learning for self-optimizations. Because once we make a system, it has to be optimized by itself, by learning from the feedback, or by learning from the negative points that what we have done, or maybe the decisions, wrong decisions, what we have done, so that we can improve the whole system. So if you see the physical, digital, communication, sensor networks, and the control, this all 5 layers need to be integrated to make the system to be smarter and futuristic ready infrastructures, that which you have to think. Now, if you see why we need this whole uh, uh, system need to be intelligent, adaptive, and has to be the scalable. So I have divided into this some portion, that what are the global challenges that which were there, what the global challenges mean, and then we are applying the intelligent, adaptive, scalable systems to this. Then we can understand. So the first, yes, this I have already discussed, urbanization and the population growth. So till now, we will say, as per the UN, 68% of the world's population will live in the cities. That is you can see the whole 68 population. We are not transforming the rural area into the urban area, but my whole 68% population is moving toward the city. So what we have to give it to in that city? What are the facilities that which we have to look for this city? So the city should have smart systems in which can manage the transportation. We can provide the house, energy, water, waste efficiencies can be taken. The smart waste management system, smart management water management system, the smart energy systems, smart housing must be there. So that things we have to plan from now, because we are talking about 2050, and in which we know that this population is moving towards the cities. And that way you have to, either we have to make our rural areas as equipped with the urban areas. Then probably the movement of this population is not towards that a concentrated positions. So when the things are coming to at a concentrated position, we have to manage the resources. And managing the resources efficiently is important. And that's why we need to have the system which is intelligent, adaptive, and scalable over there. Climate change and disasters. We know that there is a change in the climate. Heat waves are coming. Extreme weather is changing. That the weather conditions, the months are changing. Because of that, the sea level is rising. So what we have to do? So we have to be prepared with the disaster preparedness. So for that, we need to have a predictive AI models with the real-time data. They can predict the disaster. They can, at least they can say that something is going to be happen and we can prepare ourselves. Along with that, it's fine that we know the preparedness. We are prepared with our disaster, but our infrastructure or our system must be resilient toward this all changes or all disasters. Aging infrastructures. We have a very old infrastructures and which we need a predictive maintenance, and then we have to do it. Cyber physical convergence, because now what is happening? Cyber physical convergence is required because there is an explosion. Because right, what I'm saying, we have a lot of mobiles. Everybody is carrying a mobile which is having a lot of sensors, and this data is going to be recorded somewhere. We are implementing sensors and connecting through an IoT network everywhere. So what we have to do is self-driven AI control systems which can handle this massive data has to be there. The real-time data across all the sectors will come at one point, and then we can take use of that whole data into some better way. Global health crisis, we have seen the COVID-19 has told us that, okay, we are not equipped with anything. The vulnerability of the healthcare as well as the logistic it's shown to us. So we need to have a AI ML predictive models, scalable health response, smart hospitals which can manage all these things. Energy demand, resource stresses is there. The security and cyber threats are there. The sustainability goal development is there. So if you see the UN Sustainable Development Goal by 2030, so every society is having a specific goal. So that's why I told you, like, we have a goal, but when we are going to achieve, we need to give time. It's a slow process. The technologies and the infrastructures need to develop, and utilizing all these two together to achieve that goal over there. So now I will talk about that the smart physical infrastructure domains, in which I will tell you the smart city as an example, and where I will consider my main stress over the whole things are all presentation part is over here. Okay. The smart city, I don't have to say about the definitions over here. It's fine. It's urban area basically, which uses the digital technology, data analytic, intelligent infrastructures. The goal is that which can enhance the life of the citizens, improve the efficiency of the urban services which we are required. Sustainable can be economic development is there, as well as the governance is there. So if you see in a one word, it's two things are required. One, that we are talking about the ICT and the AIML systems into our public infrastructure, service, and urban management. So that is the integration of these two things into these public infrastructure, services, and the urban. So if you see there, we are talking about the smart, not the futuristic city. Futuristic cities are beyond that. So right now, the structures, the traditional infrastructures, what we have, the traditional systems, what we have, we are incorporating this ICT tools, technologies, and the AI ML systems, and we are interfacing these two to take the proper decisions and make it available for our citizens for their quality life. Sorry. Okay, fine. So what are the core components that which we are looking towards in the smart city? Okay, I have mentioned it over the smart city, smart energy system management, smart water management system, smart waste management system, smart governments must be there, smart buildings, smart healthcare, public safety. So if you see this, all things need to be smarter when we talk about this smart cities. And that's why I've told you we have to create, pardon? Tiwari sir, are you saying something?
No, it's fine, sir. Please.
Okay. So what I was saying, the first word which I said, the ecosystem. Ecosystem will not come with a single thing. Okay. So like when we have created ecosystem of towards the smarter, you have to encompass all the things together, whether it's a energy management, whether it is a water management, whether it is a waste management, transportation, health, buildings, safety, along with the government involvement is also there, because we cannot take the decision without the help of the government. We need to make some policies. We need to make some portals. We need to make some predictive policies by which we can take the whole things together. It's nothing. What are the things that which we can incorporate? We will see it into the later slides over here. The technology evolving. Yes, that is what I already told you, that these are the things that which we are looking to make our system or the cities to be the smarter. AI, IoT, 5G, blockchain, whatever it is. And it's not only that these six, there are others also, which are the sub part of these technologies over there. So this is, I have taken some example that just to say that my point is that to show you the India. We have, yes, Singapore considered to be the smart cities initiative already taken, in which the smart building real-time environment monitoring is there. Barcelona has done something, Amsterdam done something, South Korea has done. Even the major point is that Pune and the Bhubaneswar in India, they have also done something like ISC-based service delivery, smart governance, command and control centers, they have made it. So we are moving towards that side. And as a pilot project, we run in the two cities. One is in the Pune, Maharashtra, and the other one is Bhubaneswar in Odisha. So the point is that, so when we are doing this, all such things, what are the benefits that which we are giving? First, efficient use of the resources. Efficient use of the resources, we can reduce the carbon footprint, we can increase the safety of our people, we can enhance the quality of life, we can improve the citizen engagement in each and every, we can make the transparency towards the government as well as to the citizens. Economic competitiveness and the innovation hubs can be come into the picture. So these are the benefits. So what are the challenges that, yes, incorporating the technologies together to make your life better comes with some challenges. Yes, we know that nothing is free over here. So what we have to do when we talk about that, we are enjoying the benefits, we have to face the challenges also. So the first challenges are like data privacy and ethics. We need to make some rules in which we can protect this infrastructure cost. Naturally, when we are incorporating the cost of the infrastructure, we need some the financial there. Digital divide. Yes, as we are making our urban area to be this, and our population basically in India, if you see the socio-economic groups are there, as I mentioned. So naturally, the digital divides come automatically over there. How we can face this challenge? Hope you understand socio-economic, like we are not taking everyone here with the same economical strength. So naturally, the facilities, what they can use it, the people who are having good economic growth, so they can use this digital infrastructure in a better way. Interoperability. The legacy systems with the new digital infrastructure. We have to change our systems. We have to change our existing system into the new. So the interoperability must be there. The government's rules are must be there, because it has to be that it's not only the central government has done something. We need to have a align of the local people aligning the state people as well as the national. So that's why the whole systems come into the picture. Then only we can we can achieve this benefits of the smart city. Future is fine, I'm not talking about. So if I just want to show you some real examples of that, what we are doing. So urban planning. What are the applications where we can use land use optimization, traffic flow, congestion modeling, urban growth forecasting, heat island population migration? We can map it up. We can know that what we can do. The technologies which are available right now is this. As you can see, machine learning, GIS, predictive analytic, reinforcement, timeline machine learning, neural network, remote sensing, these all are existing. The urban planning, when we are going to do it, at least these things we can do with the help of these tools. And some of the real examples are already there to show up that this is, we are moving towards the futuristic infrastructures or the futuristic cities that which we are doing. So like if you see the real Singapore, already the redevelopment authorities has worked to make the land use optimizations. So the people, when the new city is developing, the people are always before initializing, they have to think even in the existing cities that where is the I would say where is the residential areas, where the office area, where the market areas, or which way. So if you see the different patterns, if you see the China, they have a different types of the land use optimization. If you see the Japanese, they are doing it different. In India, there is no land use optimization. We can go anywhere. If you see Singapore, they have done it something. Similarly, when we talk about the traffic flow congestion, yes, Los Angeles have done something in this. The urban growth forecasting, yes, the San Francisco has done it for heatland and population migration. Was, smart city climate zones, they have made it. Because as we are moving towards the residential areas, naturally, as that climate is changing, we have to work, we have to use the air conditions, we have to use a lot of machineries. So naturally, the climate change is there. We can find out where is the heat islands is going, where the population is migrating. And that way, if we are able to draw a map into that, we can use the better urban planning into these areas. So that things we have to use the technologies by which we can do the better urban planning, and some real examples are there which I have mentioned it over here. Okay, so this is the thing which I have shown you: data analytics, service design, the data structure. This is all is there, which is fine. So this is the waste. This is the basically the sorry. This is the waste collection. So some of the cities have it, in which, like if you see the Pune Smart City, Amsterdam waste AI systems are already implemented. Waste collections, like in which the Denmark is one of them, US, UK are also working on this. Waste segregation, the Poland and others, because waste segregation is also one of the major problem in India. At least waste collection is also a big problem in India. So the point is that if we have to use our technologies which are available, we can make this managements better and toward a better and move toward a better life. Similarly, so in which, like one moment, I'm not able to see my full slides over here, so that's the problem. So this another things like monitoring and surveillance, that which we can do, recycle operation, public engagement, waste to energy. Yes, Singapore, mein the people are using like how we can convert waste into the energy. Even in India, we are using, and we are moving towards that side. So point is that we are using the technologies which I mentioned it earlier, in this domains to improve. So these are the topics where the people are working as a research topics. People are using the technologies. We are making a systems and try to implement into the real. And we have the real life examples where these things are already happened. But the thing is that when we are trying to implement in these Indian cities, the scenario is going to change. You have to handle a lot of other issues, and which you have to deal with that. And this is what I have shown it, like the people are using, how we are doing. The another one is like the smart power management. So when we are, the resources what we have are limited, as I told you, whether we are using renewable energy, whether we are using the hydropower, whether we are the thermal power, we have the resources are limited. So the thing is that as we are making, as I told you that 2050, we are moving 68% of the population is over there, and the urbanization is happening, population growth is, so we can predict the what should be the demand of our energy consumption or the power consumptions. What is the load balancing that which you have to give based on the area that which we are looking. We have to use the renewable energy integrations, and in which like and along with that we need to handle the fault tolerance, that when and where the fault is happening, so that whenever it happen and predictive maintenance can happen, taken can be dealt with that fault detections. These things, like if you see, this Tata Power has done this demand forecasting. We have this Chandigarh has done the load balancing, because they are the plant city. The Chandigarh is very first city in India which is a plant city, so we can do the load balancing part of that. And this is the real time examples and the benefits. Okay, so other things are energy theft detections. Yes, the Adani Electricity, they have done it in Mumbai, and to restrict, as well as in Delhi, it has happened, because there are a lot of theft. Because if we are making the infrastructure better, we have the tools by which we can see uh, the patterns, and once we know the patterns, we can see that why there is a extra consumption, why there is a less consumption, we can do it. And again, the smart metering will give us the less means human intervention into the grid automations. Like we can use our the solar panels, and we can give input to the grid so that it can be utilized for everywhere. Okay, so this is what another point is, that is the smart environmental management, in which we have to talk about the air quality, in which we have to talk about the urban heat, noise pollution, and green infrastructures. So if you see, we are always moving toward the green infrastructures. We are always try to reduce the noise pollution. We will try to map it in a proper way, that the urbanization heat, or the heat movements because of the populations can be reduced. The quality of the air is can be improved. How we can do? We can monitor. As we are monitoring, at least we come to know that there is a problem. Before that, we are living in this pollutant areas. We can know that where is the more worst air quality, and then we can take some major steps, that where these things can be uh, provided. So these things comes under the smart environment managements. Similarly, the smart transportation mobility, it's nothing but that which we are integrating the artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoT, real time into the transportation system, which make the safer our uh, vehicle systems, so that this smart traffic system is the core part of our smart city. I already told you the example of the ambulance, that what type of facilities and what type of smart transportation system is required to in the smart cities. This is there. So these are the key components that which we are talking about: the intelligent traffic systems, smart public transits, micro mobilities, autonomous vehicle, predictive maintenance. So it's all come together. And as I told you, like in this, the what are the technology involved into this? How we can do this type of key component technology to make into use of this smart, a part of a smart infrastructure. Similarly, that we talk about the smart airport transportations, railway, water transportation. This all comes, and where the real time examples I have mentioned it over here to showcase you uh, to all these things, and what are the technologies that which we can use it to get this transportation better and uh, useful. And So this is what the benefits that what we are getting. I'm going little bit faster because till now I have not started my digital infrastructures. I will take a permission from Tiwari sir. If he allows, I will go. Otherwise, I will stop it at some point over here. I have prepared a
8:33, sir.
yes, that's why I'm telling. I saw the timing because my clock clicks me that 1 hour is over.
1 hour is over, sir. So within 4-5 minutes, if you can
yes, yes. So
conclude,
what I
sir.
will do, I will just the physical
Take the
infrastructure, I
glimpse
will
of,
stop
show
it
the
over here.
glimpse of that. And just
Yes. So I will just stop it in 5 minutes over here.
Okay,
So that like so these are the benefits that which we can get it with the help of smart transportation, and these are the challenges again which comes with this. Again, this is another part of smart water management system. Uh, that is need to be in. Naturally, I will provide the slides to all of you. You can just go into that slides and find it out. The real life example, what are the technologies are using, and how it can be utilized to in this domains to make the better benefit for the society and all. Same the smart irrigations, water resource planning, infrastructure monitoring, cluster, customer engagement, and all these things. So here, I will just tell you that till now what I have discussed, the one thing which is very much important over here is the digital twins. So hopefully the most of the people knows about the digital twin. So whatever the core component which I have discussed in the smart city, first we need to make it a digital twin. So that is digital twins of the city means real-time modeling and the simulation. Means what we are trying to make it like a real-time dynamic virtual replica of my real city based on the based on the sensors input that what we are getting, IoT sensors, geospatial systems, AI models, so that we know the whatever the things required or what we are projecting for the future, whether it is possible or not. And this basically enables the decision making, predictive planning, and the crisis responses which is required in our real cities. So that is the concept of the digital twins over here. Okay. So I'm not talking about this again. So I will just talk about the digital infrastructures. Digital infrastructures, basically the backbone of our futuristic and the smart infrastructures, which in which gives the intelligence, which provide the automation and the interconnections, and make the cities to be powerful. What we are presenting and what we are expecting, and make our daily life better. So physical infrastructure, what I talk you, but without this digital infrastructure, we cannot achieve that what we have proposed in the futuristic or the smart infrastructures. So in that, like there are a lot of things. I will just, what is digital infrastructures? We need the connectivity. As I told you, we need the computing capability, cloud or edge. This is mentioning over here the cyber physical systems. We have to make it in which the digital twin cities and industries, integrated sensing and actuators is required, and how we can achieve and what tools and things we can use it over here. Along with that, when we are talking about the digital infrastructure, or when we talk about the physical infrastructures, there is a two more aspects. Hopefully, one is the ecological and resilient infrastructures has to be there. And sometimes we also think about the social and human centric infrastructures, because we have the Divyang peoples, we have the old age peoples, we have the children's. So we have to think towards these human-centric approaches also there, by which we can make our the whole infrastructure to be, I would say, the human-centric, and it can be more inclusive in the society. If the things which we are proposing or which we are planning, if it is not inclusive in nature, probably we are not able to achieve the goal for which we are designing this infrastructures or the systems for our future generations. So this is their social and human-centric infrastructures, which is the fundamental pillars of the futuristic infrastructures. The another thing is that last point, when we talk about the infrastructures, the cultural and ethical infrastructures are also comes into the picture. A foundation of pillar for future is focused on ensuring that technology advancement align with human values, cultural identity, and ethical responsibilities. We cannot make cities at the cost of cutting the jungles. We cannot make the cities by destroying our cultural identities. We cannot create the cities uh, uh, by just uh, destroying our uh, uh, fields in terms of like the villages or the rural areas like that. So these things we have to think properly before designing. So I told you about the 5 things over here. One is the physical infrastructures, smart. Second is the digital infrastructures. Then we have talked about the resilient infrastructures. We have talked about the social and human centric infrastructures. Then we talk about the cultural and ethical infrastructures. When you are talking about the futuristic infrastructure and the smart infrastructure, you have to keep all the valuable points in your mind, because these are the fundamental pillars of moving towards the future uh, things. So with this last, technologies will shape our futures, what value will define its purpose. Let's not chase progress for the sake of speed, but pursue it with wisdom, empathy, and the equity. Because the true measure of advancement is not how intelligent our machines become, but how thoughtfully we integrate them into the human story. With this, I will stop and thank you, the audience, listening me very carefully, hopefully, and hope I will be able to justify this title and provide you the much required informations, because whenever you work on this concept, you have to make the system to be inclusive, resilient, and human. Without that, for anything which you are doing, it is useless. So hope for the best that you got some points which is required for the research as well as for the futuristic infrastructure, and hopefully you will be beneficial with this presentation. Thank you so much. And if audience and somebody is having some queries, I will try my level best to answer these questions, because we are all learning stage. We can always try this. Thank you so much. Tiwari sir, if there is any question, you please let me know. Jiten sir, if you have any questions, please let me know so that I can answer. And the participants, if you are getting anything good in this presentation, at least you can write why for this presentation. I don't know how many of you are away or how many are on the system. At least it will give me a boost that somebody is listening. So you can write yes, why in the chat box. So it's fine. So Tiwari sir, only you are listening. Okay, I got another one. Thank you, Verma ji.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, I am asking what are the various research opportunities in smart infrastructure
What are the
for a civil
various?
engineer? What are the various research opportunities for smart infrastructure for a civil engineer?
the thing,
As a civil
first thing,
engineer.
as a civil engineer, like if you are, whenever you are designing anything for the future, you have
Yes,
to
sir.
think about first that the system must be resilient. The system
Yes,
must
sir.
be inclusive. It may having the human-centric values. So if you are able to think in this way, 100% you are able to make the good infrastructures. Naturally, I am not a civil engineer. The ethical values must be incorporated into that, because as we learn lot of things like in the Bihar, like bridges are broken and
Yes, sir.
like say, so ethical aspects is more important than whenever is required. And second thing, with the help of this technologies like digital twin or AI predictive models, the simulation models, you should know the actual requirement of that place. If you know the actual requirement, you have to see a lot of things over there. If you are able to incorporate into the simulation and then see the requirement, on that basis requirement, if you design it, your things will be better in the best way you can able to design it. So this is the answer for you.
One more question, sir. Can AI-based system can decrease the cost of living? AI-based systems.
Pardon, please.
Can AI-based system can decrease the cost of the living?
Yes, there is a like suppose I will say talk about the energy. Okay, so if you are utilizing the energy in a efficient way, wastage is not there. And if your system, if you have a system AI and which can predict that there is a wastage of energy, something is happening, you can use it. You can just stop that excess use of the energy. You can use it for somewhere. So naturally, the amount which is required is reduced. You will have a economically you can reduce the cost of living and other things over here. There.
Sir, one question is in chat box
Pardon. Yes.
by
Okay.
Dr. Muhammad Maqbool Hussain. How does smart infrastructure improve resilience against disruptions
Again,
and environment challenges?
see, if you are making the things resilient, you have to see uh, because the resilience means that which we are saying the infrastructure which we are making, which is withstand with environmental change and the disruption or the disasters which is coming into the picture. So now, as you are talking about the smart infrastructure, it means which can give you the information prior that something is going to be happen. Okay, and your infrastructure can alert the system that there is something going in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or maybe depending on the how accurate system models that you can make it and make it resilient. And naturally, when you are ethically making this infrastructure, say whatever type of environmental, when you make this bridges, when you make these buildings, you know the geographical condition of that place. So based on that, you are putting that much efforts and that much quality of the materials that with can withstand with that disasters over there. And if something unnatural will occur, yes, our smart systems will not work over there.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Very nice and informative session. We all learned many things from you, and in future, if any of the participants have any query, we will share you the mail and phone number of Professor Bharat Gupta, sir. And
Surely.
altogether, tomorrow we will send the PPT of Bharat sir also in this group or WhatsApp
Yes.
group. Okay. So should I close, sir?
Thank you so
Bharat
much.
sir?
Thank you, Tiwari sir, for inviting me. Thank you, Jitendra. And thank you all the participants that who are listening me very carefully. At least I can see some responses. So I'm happy that I can
No,
make.
most of the people are listening, sir.
Thank you to for this information, but I've seen like people are right. A lot of people have written yes to me. So
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And have a nice evening to all of you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.